Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet at the moment. And welcome to our second episode of Crypto and Coffee. I'm so happy about the feedback that we received for our first episode last week with the one and only CEO of DTC Group, Mr. B. And today I have another heavyweight with me, and we're gonna talk about new markets in the crypto industry. We're gonna take a close look at Indonesia, and therefore I brought Remember Me to us. So I hope that's okay if I call you Remember Me during today's format. He was quite busy today. He actually just made it from an event and is attending this show now. So thank you so much, brother, for taking the time to join us. And a big welcome from our team, from me, and from the community that will join us briefly. So thank you so much for joining us today. How was your day so far?
Yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, I mean, like today is really pretty busy with the Hyperliquid Indonesia event, and I mean, like, I'm really excited about if you're saying telling you guys about the Indonesia market for sure. Like, yeah, thanks for having me here, like with the crypto coffee, and you also like Mr. Pill here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna look forward to this one. Indonesia is a great market, I heard. And we always start the show with the first sip. So as we are here at Crypto and Coffee, I already got my coffee in place. Remember Me, sadly, is not as big as a coffee addict as I am, but I'm gonna drink coffee for both of us. So this will count.
Yes, sir. I
Taking the first sip is always a little bit of a special moment because we like to ask questions that people are actually interested in. And maybe these might be tough questions sometimes, but it's definitely questions that need to be answered. And I'm very interested in Indonesia. I know that you're a professional when it comes to the region. I mean, you're located there, you attend events there, and you will tell us about your
Yep.
ventures and experiences in that region later on as well. But let's start with something very straightforward. What is your most unpopular take about Indonesia's Web3 market right now?
Okay, I'm popular. Probably this is the fun fact for Indonesia market. Actually, the Indonesia market is like the number four of the world for the crypto adoption. And yeah,
Interesting.
that's like that's like one of the things that not everyone know because right now the biggest issue is like about the language barrier because we have like
Mhm.
our own language and not all of us like speaking in English, right? That's the things.
Understood, understood. So it's basically a little bit of a hidden treasure, very big adoption, but at the same time having a little bit of an issue breaking out of that bubble to be visible to the world. Is this correct?
Yeah. I mean, like that's the things. Like right now, everything's growing right now, massive, whatever. Like in the come of like institutional, like a government, and about the retail stuff, and everything's really excited about the crypto. What's going on? What's the RWA stuff, and what's the new things? And yeah, I'm like right now we keep growing about this industry, man.
Interesting, interesting. I have a follow-up question. Let's look at it from the other perspective. What do you believe does the global Web3 industry constantly get wrong about Indonesia? Are there any common misconception when it comes to the region of Indonesia?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to be frank with you guys here. Some of the people's thinking about like, because we have like a lot of population in here, like a lot of people's like telling like, no, Indonesian only like for airdrops because there's a lot of airdrop farmers on it, right? And the other hand's like, oh, you got we do like a GameFi stuff because like in the back days there's a lot of gamer stuff with the GameFi and it's just like need to like a farming on it like a tap tour whatever there's a lot of population that playing it especially in the South Asia market. But beside of that, it's like a B2B side, and if you're like talking about a finance side, I mean like they keep growing like everybody kept talking about it. Everyone excited about what's going on in terms of the payment system, for example, right? I mean, like, there's a real value that we can bring up from the cryptos or blockchain to the real life.
Understood, understood. It's quite interesting. One thing that I stumbled across at one point is the maybe misconception that the crypto industry is
Yep.
very focused on a very small region. Now, you told me today that you're visiting events at the capital as well. So for everybody internationally, they think Indonesia is just about
Mm,
beaches and sand. There might be more to it. You might have to explore the country more, but this is what we're actually doing today. And we brought you a professional that will lead us through the Indonesian crypto story. But before we talk about the Indonesian
yep.
crypto story, we want to know about you. All of us have their own unique kind of crypto story. So please take a lot of time
For sure.
to explain to us how you got lost in the wild west of finance, like I tend to call it. When did you hear the first time about Bitcoin, and what do you think about it? So let's start very, very easy. How did you get involved with crypto?
Okay, so I started in the back days, not really that early, like 2021, by the NFTs boom, and everyone been really talking about it. And before I was like in the stocks and something like that. And right now, after everything the hype, NFTs, I just like find out what is NFTs about. And after that, like I'm trying to dig in more. What is NFT 2020-ish, 21? Like because it's during COVID, nothing to do, right? As for me, like I'm the university student before, and after that, like I find out and try to deeply like started from researching about the projects. What is this NFTs? Those NFTs. There's a lot of like all these NFTs that like Azuki, BYC, and more doodles, right? Everyone really like it about the community vibes, and I'm trying to active in there, grinding here and there, and start from there. Be active more into like the part of the community, and then be the like a community manager and like collaboration manager, collabs managers, right? It was really
Interesting.
hype for everyone talking about that. And after that, like I really active, and at that time, I remember like I handled like 16 communities in one time,
Wow.
and
Okay.
that's yeah, whatever. Like I can talk with a lot of people's like from China market, Asia market, Western market. There's a lot of people's like I can connect, and this is really excited. And after that, I'm trying to find out, oh, what can I build, right? And after that, I tried to start my own communities, like called Remember Us. And then I also started make the something like the bot, minting bot for NFTs before it called Lancet bot. And it's like been really helping for the people who want to mint the NFTs because it was really hype and everyone tried to get it up the first come first served whitelist, right? So it's
This
been a really good journey. And I do advising and marketing for a lot of NFTs. And after that, like I was starting to realize, yo, what can I contribute to, for example, like my country. I'm
mhm.
start like thinking about it. And after like because I started as in the global market, and I'm thinking like I get a knowledge, I got a connection from the global peoples. I mean, there's a good things, and then but I'm trying to bring all of the stuff that I know to my own country, which is like Indonesia. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
like how I started. Right now, I'm
Very
trying to push like for
interesting.
Indonesia blockchain rate. Yes.
A quick question, because I always feel there are primarily two groups of people in our industry. There are
Yep.
people that see themselves in the shoes of an investor or user,
Mm,
and then there is the builder community, which I would include like influencers, agencies, projects. Um,
yep.
Initially, I guess you landed as an investor, did you?
Yeah. At the start, I started like as an investor stuff. So
Hmm.
because it's like in the bull market before, it was really pretty easy to find like a good catch-up projects, right? Product or projects.
Definitely.
And then after that, yeah, it's bring like me for me like it really excitement. You can trade like 24/7. A lot of projects popping up all around the world with all different trend, all different narrative. I mean that's like how the market is going, and it's been really excited. And after that, like start from there because you understand about the investment stuff. You
Hmm.
try to bring up the community and been telling like peoples and friends, yo, this is a good project, this is a bad project, something like that.
Understood, understood. So you kind of developed an expertise as an investor, especially in NFT projects, and then it made sense to just share your knowledge, and that's how you got slowly into becoming a builder.
Yep, correct. That's like
Got
how
it.
I started.
That's a cool story. I like it. It kind of reminds me on my starting days. I started out as a Telegram moderator at one point. I just wanted to
Oh,
participate in the project, just want to help them out, and suddenly you kind of take the pill and you never go back. I know that you wore a lot of hats, and we gonna talk about some of them today, especially with the focus on Indonesia. But I know that you've
mhm.
been a creator, a community builder, a key opinion leader, an investor. If you look back on your personal crypto journey, which of these hats would you say shaped you personally the most? Where did you learn the most? Maybe not just on the positive side. I know that there are a lot of negative aspects to being a public person, for example, or to be a builder. But which kind of role did shape you the most? Where did you invest yourself the most?
Oh, which role the most? You mean like the things that I can get a lot of insight, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've been through different kind of positions, let's call it,
Yep.
in the industry. You led communities, you built projects. Which of these roles, which of these duties that you did within the space shaped you
Mhm.
the most
Yep.
personally, or where did you experience the most growth? You could also say.
Oh yeah. So when in like an NFT mini bull market, I've been really active in the space, like on the Twitter, on the community side. So it's gonna be like connected me with a lot of people like from different region, different sector. And I believe when it's happening, when a bear market, there's a lot of people like still like the builders, like the real builders on the still on the like in the market right now. And it's gonna be like easier to connect by each other, right? Because you still believe in Web3. And thus I started like getting connection deeply and deeply because you would want like to stay in the bear market, not only like in the bull market. When bull markets pop up, no, it's really hard to connect because everyone just like pushing how to get money and stuff like that, right? But I believe like in the bear is like how you can connect. And after that, like I jump in here and there in the events in across the world, right? And connect me more and bring me like more insight about the crypto industry and Web3. Yeah, there's like how I can get a lot of things that really improve me hard by the connection here one by one.
I really like what you just said, because I think this is something that people are not that much aware. During a bull market, during the time where everybody screams for higher, 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 everybody
Yep.
is in the rush. It's definitely much harder to connect. It's definitely much harder to build bridges. Solid bridges most of the time get built when people are frustrated, when they don't know
Yep.
where to go, when they hunt for every single opportunity to just stay alive, not just to make unreal amounts of money, but to stay alive and not get bored of the industry. So I really like that point. And since I already saw a few messages and a few familiar faces in the chat, I want to take a brief moment to say hi to everybody that found us. Thank you so much for taking some of your precious time to listen to our conversation. At the same time, a small disclaimer, like always, here at Crypto and Coffee, we interview people from the Web3 industry. At the same time, there could always be knowledge shared with you. But before you make any investment decisions, please do your own research, look into the things yourself that we speak about. And if you're overwhelmed with any financial investment decision, then get a financial advisor that is legally able to help you with it. We do these formats out of entertainment and information purposes, and I hope that you find a lot of information and also some entertainment during today's conversation. But with that out of the way, I mean, we learned about remember me's story, how he got involved into crypto, what kind of roles he fulfilled, and now he also shared with us which kind of duty shaped his personal crypto journey the most. Um, when was the moment when you realized that Indonesia's Web3 scene was something worth to take seriously, or when did you have the urge in you to involve yourself in the local community, and why?
Okay. I think first like I've been really grinding like since last year. So I've been came to couples of events because I make like not only like in Indonesia, but I did what the couples of like outside of the Indonesia events, right? So after like I take a look and connect, talking with the couples of founders and builders in Indonesia, I mean, they have like the enthusiasts for be something in the crypto, and a lot of people's like, I mean, like in terms of numbers in social media wise, and like like everyone like talking about this one and the hype, and you
Hmm.
can feel it if you're like the things is only the problem is like the language. Not everyone understand about our language bahasa, right? But I really want to like show the world like how is like Indonesia market looks like and the hype and the vibes, right? So that's like
Understood.
how like I catch it like from the last year, and I started like to think how to build more in here.
This is very interesting. If you have to judge right now for people that never been to Indonesia, like I traveled a lot in the past, and depending on the countries that I go, crypto was more visible or less visible. For example, Turkey, crypto was very visible. Even in Dubai during times, crypto is very visible. And recently I go a lot to Malaysia, and crypto events are also there, very visible. There are billboards, there is commercials on buses for exchanges. How
Yeah.
is it in Indonesia? Is it already visible? Is it in the process of getting visible? How do you judge it at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, right now the feasibility for the cryptos is like for sure getting supported for from the government side, because they are
Mhm.
also like we have a lot of local exchanges. What you can name it like Indodax, Toko Crypto, Mobi, and whatever. Like there's a lot of exchange, local exchange, right? So I think like last time also like a month ago I attended for the launch for the ICE. It's like the regulator for the
Mhm.
crypto scene in the Indonesia, and that's like how I think the feasibility and support from the government as well. And not yeah, like you mentioned about like the billboard and stuff. In here, there's a
Mhm.
lot of exchanges that popping up in the billboard.
Ah,
Yep,
very
for sure.
nice. Since we're already talking about the topic, are you satisfied with how Indonesia deals with regulations, and also how the government responds to the new wave of people interested in Web3?
Oh yeah, so far it's good. Everything's been really fast, but I think needs sometimes to like
Mhm.
adapting about like what's going on after this, because there's like a new narrative like AI or RWA. It's gonna be like more complex, and probably like there's a lot of adjusting about those things. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's always tricky if you bring in like a new guy on the block that is
yep,
developing fast, like our industry, the youngest capital markets, but also the fastest growing capital market out there. And then you pair it
Mhm.
with systems that are in place for ages. I mean, some of the
Yeah.
countries that now deal with crypto, they have been there forever. And it might be tough also from their perspective to deal with that new kind of technology. And I understand that some countries are just afraid of it. But at the same time, it's good to see positive examples, like, for example, Indonesia taking a leading position and pushing this industry forward. Um, let's talk about the Indonesian opportunity that is currently forming. So, 270 million people in Indonesia, one of the Southeast Asia fastest growing crypto market. Um, why would you say that Indonesia still didn't make it fully on the radar of the global community? I mean, if we talk about crypto, we have places in mind, like obviously Dubai, um, but we know that there is a strong industry also in Korea. It's Japan. Indonesia is known for nice parties, good conventions, but not for the pure mass of crypto users.
Mhm. Okay, so I feel like for Indonesia, especially, I mean, like we do have like a lot of people in here, but the maturity levels, I feel there need to develop more and more, because in terms of like the retail side, we do
Mhm.
have a lot of traders, and most of the people in here, they understand about what the crypto Bitcoin is. They understand what is like how to trade the futures. If you like
Okay.
talking about something, yo, do you know crypto? They would know like it's a trading stuff, right? But I mean, like the Web3 is more than that, right? You can be the builder's blockchain, and you can be the whatever you want, like a DeFi. You can be like a RWA. There's a lot of things to explore, right? About these decentralized things. But that's why, like, I need to like try to bring more about this one to scale up more. What is like a Web3 is, and bring more excitement to people's knowing more and more this kind of new technology. But I believe like crypto, we believe that like crypto and blockchain is the future, right? So that's why like from this stage, we need to growing more to become the central of the in at least in the Southeast Asia market. And the other problem is about the language barrier, like I mentioned
Mhm.
before. Not everyone like talking in English, right? So that's why this the type of the things needs adjustment little by little about the learning curve that we've been trying to push. Yes.
Understood. So, correct me if I'm wrong. You could say that the demand and interest of the overall population is definitely there, but it needs to
Yep.
be met with educational programs so these people reach the potential of being visible in the market, and this will benefit the country overall.
Yep, that's correct. I mean, you can see that there's a lot of talents in here. For example, like the from the creative side, as an example, there's a lot of like talented artists that using a
Mhm.
lot of buildings like cool stuff with the graphic design. And there's the other hands, they're building the AI like a cool. But the things is only like they are trying to working with the other people's like from the outside of Indonesia, right? So with this less of the things that they can understand about like oh this is there's like a cryptos, there's a blockchain, so it's gonna like maximize more about this talents with the knowledge with the cryptos.
Understood. Understood. That's very
Yep.
interesting. I think this has a lot of potential then, because in the end, everything that people lack is education. The willingness to use it is already there. The interest in making money in that industry is as well there. Quite unique. If we look at the Indonesian market specifically, would you say there are, or are there any opportunities that people from outside might not be aware? Do you think that Indonesia as a business hub or a crypto hub comes with certain benefits, for example? Or do you think that there is something that outsiders might not be aware that they can use for their advantage?
Okay. I think for Indonesia market, because like for example, like our event, Indonesia Blockchain, we attended by around like 10K people. So there's a
Wow.
lot, like for example, like a 10K people excited about the cryptos, right? And there's a
Mhm.
lot of global exchange really want to tap in Indonesia market and try to do marketing in here, right? So they're aware of this opportunity because like there's a lot of traders, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of population, there's a lot of talents, and it depends how we can craft this into something, because this is like a something like we can see like in the futures this all the talents can grow more and more to become something, you know.
Now that you speak of it, actually, I spent a lot of time doing crypto project marketing. And now
Yep.
that I think of it, I mean, after hearing the numbers, it's quite impressive. You told me initially you're the fourth biggest country when it comes to adoption. I do believe that a lot of outsiders, they miss out on this market in general. They don't particularly target the Indonesian market to promote their projects, even though that especially during times like these where the market is struggling, where people want real users, it could make a lot of sense to go to that region, because most likely acquisition cost is not as high as if you try to get American users, and at the same time the interest is there. So it could be budget friendly and at the same time give
Yep.
projects exactly what they are looking for. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the expert for the region. I'm just brainstorming here after what you said.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like in terms of user acquisition cost, is definitely you can compare with US. If you like Indonesia,
Hmm.
for sure, there's like a cheaper price. And what I think the advantage for Indonesia people is more like social media powers, because there's a lot
Mhm.
of people in here, and they are pretty active in the social media. So there's gonna be like a much easier for a project to get like a more attention, more people like to contribute to support something like that. Because like when we're in the started in the like in the back days in the era, right? there's a lot of people's like other projects that need the support, community activation, something like starting from the communities. And I believe that this like Indonesia is one of the market that really love to support about like a kind of new projects or new idea, fresh idea, something like that. Yes, sir.
That's nice. That's nice. And something that I experienced in the past is if you build a project in one certain region, let's say, for example, Europe, and you introduce it to people from Asia, a lot of times they are quite interested. I mean, it's different
Oh,
from a community standpoint. It's just not the same people in the same tank all the time. So for everybody that is listening right now, if you're interested to
mm,
get some new users, if you are interested to get your feet wet in a new market, then you might want to check out Indonesian Blockchain Week or the Indonesian market in general. But I think the Indonesian Blockchain Week would be quite a nice start for you to really experience how is this community working, what kind of opportunities are there from local builders, and how can you bring your project to Indonesia to get the attention that it's deserving there. We spoke about opportunities, we spoke about adoption. Now, one question regarding where do you believe that the current community in Indonesia, or which kind of sector is underbuilt? Where has been too little attention in the last few years? Is there any aspect of the crypto community falling behind? Where is the real white space?
about the trend, probably I can say because most of this been around. Probably like if you're in the spin space, there's like couples of the things that on the trend right now in the discussion, like RWA and a payment file. And this third one is about the privacy. But I want to mention about the payment system in here
Mm-hmm.
and crypto adoption. And because right now about the bank and the finance system, I think they should try to take a look more about how this um, payment system try to integrate with the blockchain, with the on ramp, off ramp, right? And everyone is discussing about the cross Asia. For example, like your last time in Money Money Thailand, right? They've been like really focused on this thing, this type of the things, like about the payment stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure like how it does. And some of them also like talking about the prediction market because in the shortly we will have like the world championship, right? But that's
Mm-hmm.
like how the retail's talking about it here.
Okay. So is it right to say that people need to move faster and not stick with things for too long?
Yeah. I mean, the trend is like shifting here and there. If you're being the retails and investor, you need to catch up the trend, right?
Yeah.
Whatever, like, oh, this is like a meme sector era. If your retail's gonna like catch up, oh, this is we need to learn about this meme. And after like, if there's like a perp text like last time, you need to catch up about those trends, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
probably the
Yeah.
next one is gonna be like payment fi or RWA or AI.
Understood. Understood. I mean, it's something that we saw in Europe a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
People kind of fell in love with the idea of something being there forever, being relevant forever,
Yep.
and kind of hunted down this dead ghost. But in reality, they should just close the door, open the next one, and jump on the next opportunity over trying to bring something to the market that the market doesn't really want. Because I do believe if a clear trend breaks, then it's
Mhm.
always because the market showcased that either the product is not as good
Mhm.
as it should be, or that there is no real use case for it, or the user friendliness doesn't match yet. This is also why we
Yep.
see reoccurring trends. We saw maybe we see a new NFT season. Maybe it was just too early in 21, and we see this with a lot. I mean, RWA is one of these candidates as well that everybody mentions. Everybody is bullish about
Yep.
RWA, but when did you see the last good RWA project really perform? It's been some time. But still, people have it on their list and they know that it's going to come at one point. Quite interesting. Um, So after this segment, I hope that everybody that was listening to us now understands that Indonesia is more than just another region. It's within the top 5 when it comes to global crypto adoption. It has a strong local community of builders, investors, and people that want to spend time in the industry, want to learn about it, and want to grow it. And now it's about learning from a builder's perspective directly. Now I want to talk about the Indonesian Blockchain Week, your baby that you brought with you today. As a short opening question, I mean, Indonesian Blockchain Week, that's quite an animal. I mean, I've been to Thailand Blockchain Week, I've been to Malaysian Blockchain Week, I've been to German Blockchain Weeks, um, and it's quite impressive what people put together there. So, as an individual, how did you have the idea to get it started, and what did it take from you to really pull it off? I mean, it sounds like a huge job to do. And how did you find your place? How did you start the initial process of setting it up?
Okay. So actually, like Indonesia Blockchain, we started at 2018 or 2017 or 2018. And then the
Mm,
era, like the crypto adoption, like my friend who wanted to build it, it was like started pushing for the CX in their the market, because most of the market is only like knowing about the cryptos and Bitcoin, Ethereum, or not really much about the Web3 stuff, right? And after doing like couple of times, there's like COVID, right? And after that, like a pause, everything. And we just started back in 2022, right? And after like because like the previous one it's not really doing like really hype. So that's why like
okay.
last year it was the first time that I tried to join in with my friend again to bring up more hype about the Indonesian Blockchain Week.
Mhm.
So we came up with a couple of here and those idea, like for example like trading competition, because our market is
Very
really excited
nice.
about this stuff, right? And we held it in a big club in here, and it's been like, oh, there's a lot of things that really cool. If you guys want to check it out, like our Instagram, you can take a look how it's like our trading competition been, and we're collecting all the uh top KOLs or top, bring the hype up, right? Like yo, you can take a look at and trade in the stage and show your proof you were a good trader. I mean like that. I mean that's like a bring excitement, like new excitement bring to the market, and been a lot of fun. Yes.
That's very cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit on my days that I spent playing video games. At one point, I
Oh.
was like a semi-professional in a game, and when the esports aspect finally took off, I feel old right now. Then suddenly the product got so many more eyes. People were so much more excited, and I do believe that these trading competitions that you just mentioned, they're not just something that retail is excited about. I think this is also something where exchanges are very keen to support and come in and present themselves there, which rounds up the picture for you as a business person. It fulfills the need of audience, and it fulfills the need of sponsorship, and in that way you can make it happen where it's basically a win-win-win situation.
Yep,
Did
yep, that's
you
exactly. Sorry,
Did you get great
go ahead.
support from regional and international exchanges to do this?
Yep, yep. Last year we've been got sponsored by GRCD. It's like a Perptex,
Mhm.
and it's been really great. Where we can set it up all everything. And I think this year is more excited because like we did really great job last year. So this year a lot of like exchanges as well. Let's try to take a look. Um, how can they try to collaborate with us to make this happen? It's like much bigger, not only like for Indonesia, but like or outside of it, across the Asia, or maybe like from Europe. But I'm trying to get in more like into Asia, people to come in and then try
Mhm.
to participate this event. Yes.
Ah, very nice. By the way, your socials will be obviously linked, so everybody that is now hungry to see how the trading competition at the Indonesian Blockchain Week might look, there, get yourself up to speed, check out the socials, and if you like what the guys over there are doing, then please leave a like and follow, and check on them now and then because there will always be exciting developments waiting for you. But now let's get knee deep into Indonesian Blockchain Week. So there are so many events out there, and a lot of us travel a lot, try to show face at all of them. But sometimes times get very busy and you need to make decisions which events to attend, where do you want to spend your time. So for people who don't know about Indonesian Blockchain Week at all, what is it? Why does it matter? And why do you believe it's beyond just another blockchain conference?
Okay. First of all, Indonesia Blockchain Week is the place more into like a localized and the B2B side in Jakarta, which is like
Mm-hmm.
the business city for Indonesia. So you can connect more into like the regulatory and then like the a local market, local exchange, and local project as well. So it's like something that you can, if you want to find out with all the population that I mentioned before that and we discussed. I think this is the gate that you can connect with all the creators, builders, whatever it is in Indonesia. And if you can say like a when, why? Um, the Indonesian people is really nice. I mean, like everyone's talking about it, and we're making it on the August 11 and 12 August, right? 12, 11, 13 August. It's just like in Jakarta, and we have like a partner event as well, like in nearby 1 week after, it's called Coinvest in Bali. So it's gonna be like really close with the other event, so you can
Right.
like come to Jakarta for the event, like our local event, B2B event for business purpose, and after like you can go to Coinvest in Bali. It's more like the festival type. You can like one time you can hit like a like amazing events. You know, I mean that's like the reason, like the really big reason to taste like this those two different stuff in one country.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you could say if you want to connect on the B2B side, if you want to connect with the
Yep.
real Indonesian builders, then Indonesian Blockchain Week is the place for you to be. If you want to connect still within Indonesia and also with local people, but more on an international approach, you might want to check out the Bali event, since
Yep.
I mean, the international community gave it a lot of attention. I guess it's because of the weather and the opportunity to jump into the water. At the same time, if you really want to penetrate markets, please don't focus on pools and beaches. Focus on booths and stages. Would make more sense, and I guess you will be more successful as well navigating that way. But it's a cool thing that you lined it up in a way where people don't need to leave the country. It's kind of something that we saw happening also this year with the canceled token 2049 in Dubai, and people
Well,
looking more in the direction of Asia, more traffic in Bangkok and other hubs that we have out there. So I hope that you also benefit a little bit from it. I mean, it's sad that we don't have token 2049 in Dubai, but at the same time, if your local scene can benefit from it, I mean, it's the best that we can do out of the situation. You are a core team member, and I wanted to know if there is anything in particular where you believe it stands out in 2026, something that needs to be done in 2026 that might not have been as important in the past, or that is showing interest now again, that you want to have at the event, that you think is crucial for people that want to succeed in the event industry?
2026. I think right now we're in the bear market, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the place, the time that you can connect with all the peoples worldwide that have like a strong, like cool idea, cool resources, or maybe like a lot of things that we don't know, right? And if you network in this timing, I think that's the best. So you can build, scratch up the idea, and then bring up, make something with the cool, with the AI stuff, whatever, and then came out like a when it hits like a bull market and more retail enthusiasts, it's gonna be like hit more and more with this idea, right? And yeah, I'm really excited about also like the institutional join in, hopping in here and there.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And I think something that you mentioned that fits perfectly as well is the trading competitions. I hear it all over the world. Trading competitions is something that gets more and more traction. More and more people are interested in it. And I mean, it's understandable. You can see in live how people that make great money in the market are operating, you
Yep.
will notice yourself they're not perfect. This might be a very wrong image that we have in our mind that professional traders they only act right, and it's a good experience to see it firsthand. You can benefit also for your own trading. So if you have the opportunity to join any of these trading stages, definitely plan to do so.
Yep.
Um, is there anybody that you have on your mind that did not yet join the Indonesian Blockchain Week that you would definitely love to see on the ground? Is there any company that you would love to see there? Is there any person, speaker that you never saw before? Spill with us. Whom should we invite to join the Indonesian Blockchain Week?
Oh, there's probably like a lot of chains, like all the biggest chains. For
Hmm.
example, like Yanbi chain, you can say like CZ stuff, right? I mean, like, they're like such a lovely. I met him in Dubai, and I think it'd be really cool if he can came to Indonesia and take a look. And the other hand, like Vitalik, of course, like a DEFCON because he went to Bangkok, right? And I think if we develop like couple of years, start from now, I think Indonesia should be like another potential market that he can take a look with it and try to develop uh, something in here.
Hmm.
And probably like there's like a Solana from Solana, of course, like a base, like yeah, they're being really try to massive with the some like a local community like a Best Indonesia, Ethereum, Jakarta, whatever. There, yeah, like, there's a lot of Super Team Indonesia. Yeah, they're quite really active to push in like Indonesia market. I really love to from the heads yeah try to jump into in this market and take a look more, not only like from their local team, but also like a you can see like as a board member, oh, this is like an Indonesia market. Yes.
Do you think that Vitalik would be highly successful with the Indonesian market? Do you think his style resonates well with the Indonesian mentality?
For now, I think for this year it's not ready yet because we're trying to develop here stuff with the probably like for the couples of next year, like maybe like 2 years from now or 1 years from now. I think that's more reasonable. But at least like we
Mhm.
need to like approve like more hype and to prove like in this one event, like oh, this is the face of like Indonesia, and how's like the confident, how's the builder side, because yeah, there's a lot of potential about it. Been really excited if he wants to come in.
If I catch him anywhere, I will let him know to definitely get in contact with you and get his feet into Indonesia Blockchain Week. Thank you very much. Um, these have been the main questions regarding the event that you're about to have. Um, I would still love to explore the Indonesian market a little bit more because I learned about many markets, especially for
Mhm.
me. The biggest lessons that I had was about the Thai market because I have a lot of friends there. And initially, when I got started to be more in Thailand, to connect more with Thai builders, Thai companies,
Mhm.
I had to learn a lot. I mean, I was a stupid European, don't know how to interact with them, don't know how to build with them, don't know how to trust. Um, what's the one thing that people need to understand if they want to do business in Indonesia? Is there any lesson that you could give people along the way so that they know this is important in Indonesia? I need to take care of that if I want to be successful.
I think the first one is like you need to connect with the right person. I think
Hmm.
that's like the things because if you connect with the right person, they can show you about what kind of things like in the market right now and all the resources that um about like what is the phase of Indonesia here and there, what you guys looking for, right? And the second one is about what you guys looking for in terms of the are you trying to get like a penetrate to retail side or business side? So it's I think that's like quite really important to make a settlement like that because like the third one like all the people in Indonesia like are really welcome, but not everyone like understand about the specific I think that the most important like the language barrier things, some of them
Yeah.
don't really understand about how to explain this and those, so it's gonna be like a miscommunication about those stuff. But if you're try to hit up like a more try to deeply with the right person, I think they might help really helpful about it. How they can try to show you about those that you guys looking for. Yep.
Understood, understood. I mean, we work in an industry where we focus a lot on online. I mean, it's fast, it's
Yep.
efficient, and it's 24/7. But at the same time, do you believe that somebody that wants to get more users from Indonesia, eh, do you believe they should just go there and meet people so they fully understand what they're in for?
Um, Yeah, Indonesia people really like to meet, like not only online, but they're really like have a coffee talk like this, like online, like face to face. Jump into the events. That's why like we have a lot of events, like community building events. So I think if you want to be faster to jump into the community or connect, get like really good connected,
Mhm.
I think you should like jump into say hi here and there. So because they will like remember you a lot. Like, oh, this guy's like we met before, and after that you can try to get more get connected with his friends, for example, or his connection. I think that's like how you can start it to get learning more Indonesia market.
This is so fun because this is what I learned about Asia in general when it comes to the crypto industry. It's always better to just go there, talk to everybody you find, get all the contacts of them, and then later reach out online. In the European space, I often had the picture that it's better to meet people online, build trust, and then
Mhm.
if it makes sense and you're already doing business, then let's meet at an event. With Asia, it seems so different, and I really enjoy that culture of okay, let's grab a quick coffee, let's grab a quick snack together, let's chat. Hand me your number, and these are actually relationships that you tend to have for quite some time if you entertain them and if you take care of them. So yeah, looking forward to be present myself in Indonesia and explore the community there. Um, I wanted to mention one more thing, but maybe even you want to do it because I was told before we jumped on the show that you also brought something with you today, and maybe you want to share with the community what you had in mind joining our show today and what you also prepared for the listeners.
Actually, I really love to explore, like, telling you guys about like our market in here, like in Asia, Indonesia market. I've been really like walking, like flying around here and there. So it's really to happy to like sharing about like my journey, my what I'm doing right now, and I really love to talking with you as well, like Phil. It's really fun, excitement for me as well to talking with the community side.
I hope that we can continue our conversation maybe after a
For
successful
sure.
event for you. I would be happy about an update, and I enjoy conversation a lot as well. It's very interesting for me to get the perspective of an event organizer of that scale. I mean, we have our own in-house event series at DTC, connecting the dots, but
Yep.
it's on a completely different level, and it also needs a completely different audience because since we are doing small side events, very exclusive, and with a good chosen guest list. But at the same time, it's a different animal than if you wanna host a show with around 10,000 attendees, as you mentioned before. So thank you very much for sharing all that information with me, with my community. And please let us know if you want to come back to Crypto and Coffee, continue our conversation, and let's see where the Indonesian market develops over the years. We love to build
Yep.
long-lasting bridges, and I think this is a great way to do it, to connect online, to meet in real life, and to follow each other's journey within our very, very dynamic and fast moving industry. Remember me. Do you have any last words that you want to share with the community before we close the second episode of Crypto and Coffee?
Yep. Oh, for sure. I mean, from my side, I really love to having more collaboration with the DPC group as well, because like Mr. V is like a good friend. It's like a good things that have like a lot of idea in his mind. And sometimes I don't know, like if you were free to coming to Indonesia market. Like I would love to invite you and maybe like your audience in here, your community, your friends, invite everyone. Like I really would love to show like how it's like Indonesia market. This looks like definitely.
Yeah, very much looking forward. I mean, our team will definitely be there. I need to check if I can personally make it, but I was always curious about Indonesia, so it won't be long until I finally set my foot on the ground there as well. Remember me. I wish you a great rest of the day. It's getting quite late for you. Thank you so much for taking some of your precious time and spending it with us today. And that was it. This was our second episode of Crypto and Coffee, and we will be back soon. We have some very exciting guests in the pipeline. And before I forget, we also host a giveaway for you. So, in one of the follow up posts for today's show, you will find the information how you can participate in today's giveaway to get your hands on something quite exciting, but I'm not going to share it yet. So, be excited for the release of today's episode and then join the giveaway. Don't forget to follow the socials of Remember Me. Stay up to date with Indonesian Blockchain Week. And if you enjoyed today's format, head over to Instagram, leave a like on our account, check out the DTC socials. This was Mr. Phil with the second episode of Crypto and Coffee together with Remember Me. Thank you so much, brother, and see you next time.
Thanks, man. See you. Cheers.